welcome back to another video. This really popped when I saw it. That to me is a monster increase. Again, this book got hot. This book is ready to go higher. So let's jump right into it. We are back today with another statue review from Diamond Select Toys. Without further ado, let's get into the review. What is going on, YouTube? This is Lawrence over at Mighty Comics and Collectibles, and thank you for joining me for another video today. We have another awesome notable eBay sales that took place last week that I want to go through with you guys. But before we get started in the video, like always, I always ask you guys, if you're not a current subscriber of the channel, do me a favor, go ahead, click that subscribe button for me. You will not regret it. We're getting close to 4,000 subs now, just about 170 away. You guys know I'm giving this awesome Thanos diorama away to one lucky subscriber, so tap that sub button. Smack the hell out of that like button. Let's get this video out there to everyone in the community. But either way, we're here to look at some eBay books and some last sales, and you guys will not believe some of the shit that went on this week. Check it out. Alright, so the first book that caught my attention this week was a Silver Surfer #1. Now this book, as you guys can see, is a raw copy, so not graded. But the seller states that this book is a fine plus, very bright. Now, if you take a look at this book, guys, the first thing you're going to notice is look at the spine wear on it. Look at the creasing that's going on in the spine. There's no way in hell this book is a fine plus with all that creasing going on the front cover. I don't care what the rest of the book looks like. It doesn't present as well as it should for a fine plus. Now, the book did sell right off the bat for a buy it now of $649.95. I decided to go ahead and take the GPA data for a 4.0 because that's really what this book looks like to me. And the last sale for that 4.0 was $562. It sold way back in January. Now, of course, if you guys know, GPA records sales for CGC books only, so keep that in mind. The 90-day average of a 4.0 was $519. The 12-month rolling average was $640. The 2022 average was $669, and way back in 2021, $764. Now, I think this person a little bit overpaid, $649 for around a 4.0 grade. Either way, about $100 over the last sale back in January, and books are still dropping, especially Silver Surfer 1. I love this book. I actually prefer Fantastic Four #48 over this one, but hey, beggars can't be choosers. I do think we should go ahead and buy this book, but again, be picky because prices are still coming down. The next book we're going to go over is this Amazing Spider-Man #194, graded at a CGC 9.2, but a newsstand edition. Now, this book sold on February 21st. This seller had a 10% off, which ended up selling for $517.49. You guys know how I feel about newsstands. I don't really think they're worth it, but I know plenty of collectors out there who love collecting them. Now, the GPA data that was pulled for a 9.2, it doesn't specify if it's a newsstand copy, but either way, it's right around that last sale of $520, which is fine. The 90-day average for the book was $549, not too bad, around the same price. The 12-month rolling average for this book, man, it is really taking a shit, $737. The 2022 average was around that, $795, but way back in 2021, $586. Wow, this book really has dropped probably about 20% over the last couple of years. Either way, do I love the book? Yes, one of my favorite Spider-Man characters. You guys know I'm a big Spidey fan, so I do own this book in a 9.0 grade. I think the higher the grade you buy this book, the better. Not sure if it's bottomed or not. A lot of Bronze Age keys has really taken a hit over the past year. Keep that in mind. But hey, if you're a Spidey fan and you want to own the book, I think now is a great time. I would suggest 8.0 or higher on this one. Another book that has taken a massive crap is Fantastic Four #52 and the first appearance of the Black Panther. Here we have a CGC 7.0 off-white to white pager with the absolutely stunning Black Panther label from CGC. This is by far one of my favorite Marvel labels that CGC has done. It just looks absolutely fantastic. This book sold for $1,600 on February 20th, a buy it now with free shipping. And again, as we get into the last sale, you see this is the $1,600 sale, but the 90-day average for this book was $1,553. Just about in line with that, not too bad. The 12-month rolling average was $1,764. The 2022 average was $2,075. Let's stop right here for a little bit. This book has fallen about $500 over the past year, about 25%. As we go back to 2021, the average was even higher, $2,350 on 22 sales. Now that's down 33% from that high. Keep that in mind. Again, this book looks great. I think it's a great buy if you're going to do it long term. But I told you guys way back when, this is the only book I'd be buying regarding the Black Panther. No other books, not even the first appearance of Shuri as the Black Panther. This is the main book, and it has still fallen 33% in the past year and a half. Again, if you want to own this book for the long term, I think you're going to be fine. Eventually, the MCU is going to bring back, obviously, the son, T'Challa. If you haven't seen that movie, that's what happens at the end of this one. So there's going to be another T'Challa, but it's going to take some time. Maybe we get a grade bump when that happens. Maybe we don't. Again, a lot of these Marvel keys right now are not really moving when we hear about news, when we hear about movies coming out, or when the movies actually show up. So these books are really no longer tethered to these movies, so keep that in mind. I think anything you're going to buy right now, you're going to have to hold on to for a very long time if you want to make money. But hey, if you're a huge Black Panther fan and you just want to own the book, now may be the time. Another week, another monster sale. Here we have a Fantastic Four #1 at a CGC 2.5, the first appearance of the Fantastic Four. This one sold on February 17th this past week. Now, they had this book listed for $13,999.99, and the best offer was accepted for $13,750, so a modest $250 off the asking price, which is actually not bad. Not sure where this person was that bought this book. That might have had to pay sales tax. Regardless, guys, this book has actually come down as well over the past year and a half. The last sale was this book at $13,750. The 90-day average, $13,508. So again, right around in line. The 12-month rolling average was $15,348 on 8 sales. The 2022 average was $17,189 on 4 sales. And 2021, the average was $16,453. Now, buyer beware with this book. If they go outside the box and cast actors that don't really fit the roles of the original Fantastic Four, there could be some major backlash with this book. So if you're going to hold on to this book for the long term, I think you're going to be 100% fine. They're the future of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, but hey, there could be some major drop off. We get some disappointment with casting these characters. Now again, if the movies are awesome and people love them and they return to the original Marvel way, the MCU way, then we're definitely going to see a bump in this book. But if we're going to buy a major Silver Age Grail, this is not the one that I want to buy. I want to go out and get an AF-15 to keep that in mind. I know it's probably double the price. I love this book. I think it's a long-term hold, a major grail. But as we talk about price and as we talk about longevity, I do think there are better Silver Age Marvel books that I'll be buying before this one. But either way, hopefully this person bought it for the long term and they're going to hang on. Looking at this next sale, it absolutely breaks my heart. It is a copy of Fantastic Four #12 at a CGC 3.0 off-white to white pager, the first time the Hulk meets the Fantastic Four. Now, you guys know, if you're a fan of the channel, I absolutely love this cover. One of the best that the great Jack Kirby has ever done. Regardless, this book sold last week and they were asking $650. It actually ended up selling for $614.99. And as we get into the GPA data, this book has been absolutely crushed. So this is the last sale at $615. The 90-day average was $800 on 3 sales. And we're talking about 25% just in the past 90 days. This book has come down. The 12-month rolling average was $1,221. The 2022 average was $1,386. And way back in 2021, $1,029. Now, from where this book was just about a year and a half ago to where it is now, we're talking over 50% haircut on this one. Now, I'm not sure why this book has dropped all of a sudden. I told you guys way back when, anytime I go to an LCS, a show, a con, I'm always looking to pick this book up. But I gotta be honest with you, this book has come down so much, I may be looking to buy another copy of this one. It's one of my favorite covers. Now, do I think over the next 20 years you're gonna probably recoup some of this money that you lost if you bought way back in 2022? You probably will. But the one thing that this tells me, guys, is maybe this book is not a huge investment book. It's just a book that we absolutely love the cover. We love the storyline. A lot of people are dumping these books right now, and are dumping them for cheap prices, and I don't understand why. Again, when we're talking about investment, you want to go out and get some of the better books out there. But again, I buy this book and I love this book because of the cover, because of the artwork, because of the story. So keep that in your head. Again, if you want to own this book like you love this artwork like I do, now may be the time for a 3.0. I think it's a phenomenal price at $600. I should have gone ahead and titled this video, which books are taking a massive beating right now, because that's what's going on right now. Here we have an Amazing Spider-Man number 316 at a CGC 9.8 white pager, the first cover appearance of Venom. Now this book did sell on February 24th, shipped from Canada, and was actually sold for $774.97. As we get into the GPA data, guys, you're going to see that this book has actually gotten crushed. The last sale is actually after this sale was $580, so another decrease. The 90-day average for this book was $659. The 12-month rolling average, $779. The 2022 average was $846. But way back in 2021, as I said, as the height of mass hysteria, $1,165. We're talking about just under 50% haircut again. Now, I'm not too sure when Venom 2 came out. Maybe it was in 2021. Maybe that's why the price went nuts. Either way, guys, we're talking about, again, almost 60% down from the high. Again, I only want to own this book in a 9.8. If you guys don't know, I just sent my raw copy off the CGC. It's really close. It may come back a 9.8. I probably have it predicted as a 9.6, but I'm hoping and praying that we can actually get a 9.8 on this one. But as of that video, I said the last sale was probably around $600, and I was right. And now even dropping to $580. Either way, $775 I think is a little overspending for this book, especially with the shipping from Canada. Regardless, awesome cover. Love Todd, love this book, but again, we have to be careful what we're buying right now. Again, I only want to own this one and a 9.8 as well. But as I said, like FF12, this book may not be an investment book. It's an awesome book, awesome cover, just like FF12 was. Awesome books to have in the collection, but what this data is telling us is that if we're going to buy classic covers, if we're going to buy awesome books that we love, these ones may not go up in value over the long term that much. They're just cool books to have in the collection. Man, what a rough week it was for some of these classic covers on eBay. Again, I love these books. I want to own them in my collection, but again, you have to hold on to these books for a really long time, and I'd only be buying them if you absolutely love the covers. So keep that in your head. Drop me comments down below. Let me know your thoughts as always, and of course, if there are books that you guys are interested in buying, I will gladly go ahead and check out the last sales on eBay and cover them for you here on this video. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Give this video a thumbs up, and I will talk to you guys soon.